could be more at home on the range than the Range Rider. With his thrilling adventures of the great outdoors, his exciting experiences rivaling those of Davy Crockett, Daniel Boone, Buffalo Bill, and other pioneers of this wonderful country of ours. And Dick West, all-American boy.
Here you see my saddle partner, Dick West, and myself heading toward Woodville. Our journey had a twofold purpose. One, to attend the wedding of our friend Harris Townley, editor of the Argus. Second, to help him track down a gang of rustlers. As we neared Woodville, I wondered which was uppermost in Townley's mind.
Hi. Are we late? Ceremony's almost over. They should be out any minute now.
Hi, anybody got any rice? Oh.
So, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the government of this territory, I now pronounce you man and wife. Well, now,
Harris, why so glum?
I tell you, Dora, I've got all the figures right here. This story will blow the town of Woodville wide open.
Oh, Harris, please, not now,
Oh,
dear.
I'm sorry, Dora.
Come on now. Let's get going. I want some of that wedding cake.
Congratulations, Dora. I'm glad to see you finally caught him.
Range Rider and Dick, I'm so glad you came.
Well, don't I get to kiss the bride?
Wait a minute. I'm your husband, remember me?
Okay, in the buckboard. Thanks, Ryder.
Is it serious, Ryder?
He's dead.
Dead? You crazy guys. Firing off those guns like that, I might have known there'd be an accident.
There's no accident, Dick. It's murder.
Murder?
Sure.
All these men were firing pistols. Mr. Townley was killed with a rifle.
You mean someone wanted to make it look like an accident?
That's right.
Then in your opinion, I should close up shop. Is that right, Judge Barrett?
Confound it, Dora. Don't put words in my mouth. But you can't expect to carry on the paper by yourself.
What would your bank think of that, Mr. Shelton? After all, you hold a first mortgage on the Argus.
The Banner over in Palo City will pay you a good price for your paper and circulation.
Oh, make it sound so logical for me to sell. Yet always in the back of my mind, there's a question. What would Harris want me to do?
I think I can answer that for you, Mrs. Townley. He'd want you to do what's best and easiest for you.
Sometimes the thing that's best isn't always the easiest.
Forgetting that for the moment, you still can't run a paper without help.
That's true. The life and death of the Argus can't and won't be determined on the basis of help alone. This town needs a newspaper, gentlemen. Not just for news, but to keep its citizens working together, helping to build a better community. I'm going to continue to see that that need is fulfilled.
Dora, Dick and I would be very glad to help out until you can get somebody with more experience.
We sure would, ma'am.
Well, Dora?
Well, if these two are that willing, tell everybody the Argus will be out this week as usual.
Well, good. Oh,
wonderful.
Something's wrong with this type. Doesn't come out right.
It isn't a type, it's a typesetter.
What do you mean? I set the type up forward and it comes out backwards. See?
That's right, it should. You set it up forward, so it comes out backward. Now, if you set it up backwards, then it'll come out forward.
Huh?
Sure, turn it around to the mirror. Now, you see, Dick, the mirror is the paper. The mirror makes everything backwards. So you set the type up backwards, and it comes out forwards, which is right.
Well, what do you know? Well, that makes it easy. All I have to do is set the type up in front of the mirror.
It's a good idea. We'll over talk to Dora for a minute.
Okay.
Say, if you find time, look around here for a type stretcher, will you?
A type stretcher? What do we use that for?
Well, in case we run out of news, fill up the page, we just use a type stretcher.
Fine, I'll get right after it.
Good.
How are we doing?
Slow. But we're learning. Dora, tell me about the 3 men who were in your office here the other day.
Why do you ask?
Oh, curiosity, I guess.
I see. Well, first there's Judge Barrett. He might have been governor except for one thing. Harris found out he'd made a phony political deal. The Argus printed the story. The judge sued us for libel and lost. Harris believed in printing the truth no matter who got hurt. Even men like Turner Shelton, the banker who holds the mortgage on this paper. One time he was set to make a fortune in a big railroad land grab. Our story stopped him.
What about Bradford?
Well, he was no different from the rest. In fact, he and Harris had a big argument just a couple of days ago, just shortly before Harris went to Junction City. But it was merely an argument, nothing else. You're getting at something. What is it?
Well, this fell out of your husband's pocket the day he was killed. What does it mean to you?
It's the way he made his notes for a story. I doubt if anybody else could make anything out of these figures, whatever they are.
Well, like number 1. 200 plus 600 equals 800. Number 2 is 300 delivered, 1,000, gain 700.
8, C, 8. All set.
Dick? Maybe an outside job would suit you better.
Oh, well, you know me.
Yeah. So how would you like to be an inquiring reporter? Okay. I'll clean up this pie, then I'm going over to Junction City. I'm going to try and find out who Townley saw over there.
Well, then I'll see you when you get back.
Right. Meantime, try and pick up some news, will you?
Yeah, and some clues, too. I'm sorry.
Get back to the original question, Mr. Parsons. Who do you know that had reason enough to kill Harris Townley?
Well, lots of would have reason enough. Newspaper editors, as a general rule, are not very popular, especially when they're good ones. And Harris Townley was one of the best.
I'll buy that. Now, what do you know about Monroe Bradford?
Well, I'd say Bradford's a model citizen. Every few months, he drives in 700 or 800 head of cattle and sells them to me. No quibbling. He asks a fair price, and I buy them. A nice man to do business with.
What's his brand?
Oh, there's 3, actually.
3?
Yeah. There they are, right here.
You mind if I keep this?
No, help yourself. You see, when Bradford bought the Woodville ranch, he brought up the herds from 2 other ranches. He kept the brands for sentimental reasons.
Sentimental reasons? Thank you very much, Mr. Parsons. You've been a great help.
I wish I could have been more, but it's like I told you. All he did was come in here and look at a couple of tally sheets and then left in a hurry to get married.
Yeah, I know. Thanks again.
Glad to have been some help.
I found out later while I was gone that the rustlers had made another surprise raid. And as usual, it was successful, and they'd left no traces.
Thanks very much.
Hello. What are you going to have?
Coffee?
You're new in town, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. My partner and I just took over the Argus.
Oh.
My name's West. Here's my press card. Scoop West. Star reporter. You must be Susan.
Yes, I am. Your job must be very exciting.
Oh, you know how it is. I'll bet you hear a lot of news over this counter, don't you?
Well, the only news anyone's interested in now is who killed Harris Townley.
Well, don't tell anyone. But the whole story will be in this week's Argus, under my byline.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You see, the range rider found some notes in the dead man's pocket, and no one could make any sense out of them. And then I figured them out, and I knew right away who the killer was. And not only that, I know why he was killed. I got the answer right here in my pocket.
But who is it? Who tried to kill him?
If I told you that, you wouldn't have to buy a paper.
Oh, I think that's terrible. Build up my curiosity like that and then just leave me hanging there.
Sure is good coffee. Well, I'll be seeing you real soon now, Susan. Here's your money. And don't forget to buy an Argus.
I won't, Scoop. Scoop! Scoop! Scoop West! Your press card!
Keep on walking, Scoop, or there'll be a big story for the Argus. Star reporter shot. Get on.
Suppose we use type like this, Mr. Shelton. It's dignified and nice.
Well, you know more about that than I do, Dora. Whatever you say.
All right.
Howdy.
Oh, you're back.
Dora and I were just going over the bank's regular ad.
If it were up to Mr. Shelton, he'd use the same one year after year.
Well, all I want is an ad as good as the one that sold Bradford those 3 ranches.
He must keep you pretty busy.
Who?
Bradford. With all the cattle he ships, he should be your biggest depositor.
Well, on the contrary, Mr. Bradford's shipments are very small.
800 to 1,000 head is small.
Now I know you're pulling my leg. Why, his ranch wouldn't even graze that many. Well, I must be getting back to the bank. Do whatever you think best on that ad, Dora.
I'll take care of it.
Bye.
What were you getting at?
If he's right, Bradford's selling more cattle in Junction City than he's raising here.
That's ridiculous.
Maybe. Maybe not. I've got just about half of a crazy idea. Where's Harris's notes?
They're here somewhere on the desk. Oh,
Where?
Dick may have taken them.
Dick, where'd he go?
Out playing reporter. He left just before you did. Susan!
Excuse me, Mrs. Townley. I thought I ought to bring this back.
Oh, Susan Campbell, this is Range Rider. She runs the lunchroom.
How do you do?
What is it, dear?
It's Scoop's press card. He left it in the lunchroom.
Scoop?
That's Dick.
He said he had it all figured out. Who the murderer was, I mean.
He did.
Is he back yet?
Where'd he go?
Well, he rode out of town with those 2 men.
Which way did he go?
The South Road. Why do you ask?
Tell you later. Tracking Dickie was not a new experience. Because of the new shoes Dickie had put on Lucky's front feet, a schoolboy could have followed his trail. knowing Dickie would also mark his trail in some manner. I was not surprised to find a piece of lead type.
All right, now tell me, just what do you know?
I was only kidding.
Now, don't give us that stuff. Mac here heard what you told the girl.
I was only trying to impress her, honest.
He said he had the answer in his pocket. It's probably still there now.
Maybe it is.
Sit down, kid. This is our party, and you're just a guest.
Just what do those figures mean?
Look, I told you, I was only trying to impress the girl. They don't mean anything. Honest, they don't.
Hey, what's that?
Sounds like the horses are loose.
You better go find out. Mac, you take a look.
Hey, you caballo!
All right, reach. Cut yourself loose, Dick.
Thanks.
He's for you. Get his gun, Dick.
Now, where's the notes?
Right here.
Well, I got the horses.
Good. Now you won't have to walk back to jail. Revive your buddy. Bring him to Dick.
Come on. Get moving.
Go on.
He killed the editor, all right. That's why they wouldn't let me go, because I knew too much.
You can't pin anything on me.
Deputy, give me Hurley's gun.
Yep, got it right here.
You might as well confess, Hurley. Save everybody a lot of trouble. We know that a bullet from this .44 of yours killed Editor Townley.
You're out of your mind. You know as well as I do he wasn't killed with a pistol, he was killed with a rifle. You can keep asking me questions from now till Christmas. It'll get you exactly nothing.
Touché. When will the sheriff be back?
Tomorrow, why?
I've got an idea.
Huh?
We've got some pretty good bait in that cell. I think we should use the power of the press.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
I'll lock it up.
Maybe I better lock it up, huh?
On second thought, maybe you'd better.
I changed the whole front page to your paper. I hope you don't mind.
But what for?
Well, he said he's going to use the power of the press.
Get me 3 sheets of paper, Dick.
3?
The entire circulation of this particular edition is 3 copies.
Oh.
And each one of us will deliver a copy in person.
You get it?
Yes. But how did you?
Let's go to press. Dora thought you might be interested in what she's done with the Argus.
Oh, fine. Thanks, son.
I thought you'd be interested, Judge, so I brought this copy over personally.
Well, thanks.
Well. Oh, hello, Dora. Do you have the proof of my ad?
Better than that, Mr. Shelton. Here's a copy of the whole paper.
Good. Save myself a penny.
Excuse me, I have a lot of work to do.
Oh, no. No. You understand my position. Naturally, I want the fee, but I can't become involved. People might not understand my motives.
Yeah, but what about me? I have a reputation, too, you know.
With you, it's strictly business.
Well, I'll try, but only as a favor to you.
Thanks. And please, don't use my name.
Well, Dick, 3 men have had a look at our bait. I wonder which one's going to bite.
A judge.
Sure would have fooled me.
Me too.
Let's go.
I demand the right to talk to the prisoner. You can't refuse him legal counsel.
Now, take it easy, Judge. Why do you have to talk to him?
I want to get his signature on this document for the purpose of arranging bail.
Bail on a murder charge? Who'd go bail for him?
Well, that I can't tell you.
Well, I guess it's all right. Can't see that it'll do any harm.
Now, Hurley, I really don't approve of this, but I can...
All right. Now open up in a hurry, Sheriff. For the judge gets it, and you too. Now, Judge, if you don't mind, you'll help me get out of here.
Don't shoot her and kill the judge.
We'll never get away with it, Judge.
Me? Get away? What are you talking about?
Only 3 men knew about those fake newspaper headlines. And we knew the man that'd have to keep Hurley's mouth shut would show up here in jail.
So you did use me as bait, huh?
That's right.
Pretty smart, but not quite smart enough. It just didn't work.
But you tricked me.
Well, if it isn't Bradford, all right, turn around and go back to town.
I hope we're going to make more than 3 copies this time.
Don't worry.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning. I haven't read your story yet, but I'd like to know just why exactly that Bradford wanted Townley killed.
Because Townley went to Junction City and found out that Bradford was the key to the whole situation.
But how?
Well, Bradford's ranch here was only a front. You see, his main operation was peddling stolen cattle for rustlers like Hurley. And Townley had all the figures in his notes.
But how could he get away with a thing like that?
You have to remember, he had 3 registered brands. He could take almost any rancher's brand, turn it around to look like one of his.
And then he'd drive his cattle to Junction City, and on the way, the rustlers would add several hundred to his herd.
Pretty ingenious, I'd say.
No wonder he had Harris killed.
Well, he only made one mistake. He should have killed the Argus, too. After all, it was your newspaper that put him in jail.
Well, there's still one thing that I want to know.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, what did you ever want with a type stretcher?
He was kidding you, Dick. A type stretcher is a newspaper myth.
Like a mirage.
Yeah? Then what do you suppose made this?